Hey, welcome back, YouTube. We're back with more Final Fantasy XIV Online MSQ playthrough. Let's go ahead and pop into it. We're about to go into the peaks, I believe. I have to do Rabon's voice right away. This is going to be rough. MSQ, Commander. I don't even know how to... MS, Commander Hex. Fine work you did today. After Specula Imperators, we needed a resounding victory like this. Thanks to you, Rauger's star yet burns bright. I'm glad, I really am. But you should know that Alice was injured in the fighting. Regrettable, but I am pleased to hear that she will make a full recovery. Bordola's parting words, on the other hand, ring less favorably in my ears. But if Xenos wishes to invite us to his so-called royal hunt, then this bull, would fain accept. What troubles you, Lise? I wish I could do his voice better right now. Oh, it's nothing really, just that we're almost to the end. But we've still got to save Kryl and do so much more. We'll find her soon enough. Pippin has his best men scouring the Castrum's archives as we speak. Listen, Lise. It will take time for us to fully occupy the Castrum and prepare to advance into the locks. While we wait, there is something I would like to show you, both of you. After all, this may be the last chance we have to catch our breath before the final push. I don't see why not. And come with me to Radiata. From there, we'll need to follow another road south. Just give him Optimus Prime's voice, honestly. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, roll out. Alright, where are we headed? Pretty far south. We'll see you in a sec. Even after all these years, it's still the same. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You deserve a proper welcome. Is this his house? I think this is his house. MS, Lise, I brought you both here for a reason.
I wanted to show you this house. My house.
You mean this is where you grew up?
Aye. Not much to look at, is it?
There's something that... What does that say? It says tyranny, maybe?
Same could be said of the village. It was damn near impossible to live off the land, barren as it was. Which is why so many of us traded our plowshares for swords.
I feel like they changed Rabon's voice from A Realm Reborn to now, too. I remember him being a...
We became military men. Tensions were rising between Alamigo and the Empire. And there was always a need
That's
for more
definitely different.
soldiers to watch the border. It was only a matter of time before the first skirmishes broke out. It's a frightening thing to face Magitech armor for the first time. But after a lot of trial and error, I found ways to bring them down. After a few victories, people even said I had a knack for it. And then one day they hit us. Hard. I was wounded and sent home to recover. Back here.
Echo now? Oh, there's no sign.
Will you remain silent?
Shit, it's
for
Lisa's
fear
dad.
of the Mad King's vengeance? Of his eyes and ears in the shadows and his knives in the dark? You, who call this living dishonor our nation. It is but a slow death. Liberty or death? Liberty or death? If this be your creed, then raise up your hands, raise up your voices! Together we will tear Theodoric from the throne. Together we will reclaim our freedom!
Looking for a young Robon. Oh, that's him right there. With hair! Wow. Oh, just kidding. That's not him. That's him. We didn't get to see his face. We saw his side face. Back of his head.
Send you home to men, did they?
Aye, sir. Garlean's got the better of us. The chirurgeons say I'm healing well, so it won't be long now.
Liberty or death, is it? Tell me, soldier. What do you think those words mean?
We must needs be willing to die for liberty.
Spoken like a true patriot. But liberty should not be the end in of itself. Liberty is a chance to build something better. A stronger, more prosperous home for our people. It's not quick or easy work. And it is never truly finished. But if you neglect it, then sooner or later, you look up to find you've traded one tyrant for another.
Well, sir, I've never asked for much. Never wanted to live like a king, just wish it were a little bit easier is all. For me and everyone else. And I'm willing to die for that, if that's what it takes.
Dying is easy, soldier. Living is harder. Rest, mend. Regain your strength. You'll need it in the days to come. And mayhap one day we will need it too.
Conrad chose you as his successor, Lise, and I will not gainsay his decision. I have but one question to ask. Liberty or death? Those were Curtis's words and his creed. Will you swear by your father's creed before your comrades and the gods?
Liberty or death. That's all you can hope for in war. Father understood that. And you want to know if I do too. I swear to you, here and now, I will fight until the end. Be it liberty or be it death. But the freedom we win must be for every Alamegan, even ones like Fordola, though they may hate us, and the Ananta, though they may fear us. We'll fight, and we'll talk, and we'll find a way to make it work for all of us. Compared to all that, retaking our home will seem like the easy part.
A good oath. And there is naught else to say. You are indeed your father's daughter.
I wonder if I have the title. I was just thinking it during that cutscene right there towards the end. There's Rabon's left arm and I think Lisa's right fist or something like that. But I don't see Rabon's left arm anywhere. I wonder what you have to do to get those. Even a blind man could see that Lisa wasn't herself. Not that I don't understand. To be thrust into a position of authority under such circumstances, to be made responsible for the lives of so many, it isn't easy. And when you see your friend get cut down before your eyes, it only gets harder. I'll wager she thought Alize was dead for a moment back there. It's one thing to risk your life for a cause. To risk that of another is a burden no soldier is ever truly ready to shoulder. Wow, you put shoulder and soldier in the same sentence? Fuck you, Square. The fear, the guilt, it weighs on her, and that's good. Will make her a better commander. But first she needs to learn to carry it, to not let it break her, to remember that some causes are worth fighting for. Liberty or death. Her father's words gave me strength once. Mayhap they'll do the same for her now. Right then. I think I've said enough. The two of you can head back. I mean to stay a bit longer. I understand. He's been away for a long time and probably wants to be alone for a while. Let's head back to Radiata. Wait, am I the only one who feels like I'm being watched? I don't know if it's the Imperials or bandits, but I know there's more than one of them. Let's split up. You head northwest and I'll head northeast. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Right on top of an aether current, too. We love that. I think that's by design. Pretty sure. Okay, not sure where it wants us to go. Suspicious youth. Seven hells. He's seen us. Sod it. It's as good as alive to the Imperials. They attacked you too, didn't they? I had no choice. They're Alamegan. Not even conscripts by the look of them. Barely adults. In fact, some of their faces looked familiar. Wait, I remember. They're from Radiata. They must have seen us when we were looking for Stark. They probably thought the Imperials would reward them if they captured or killed... Oh gods. Alice and Alphinaud could be in danger too. We have to get back to Radiata and find Nago. What's all this about? You two look ready for a fight. We were ambushed by villagers outside of Radiata and thought they might try to attack you too. Are you all right? Hi, we're fine. The twins are at Stark's. Alice was asleep last I checked. Sorry, did you say you were ambushed by villagers, not soldiers? Did they not see what we just did to Castra Mabania? God's damned fools. Lise, MSQ, we overheard you talking. The ones that attacked you, they were young, less than 20 summers? Thought so. It's always the young ones. The ones who had only ever known the occupation. They're the ones who you've got to look out for. See, the only decent work to be found in Radiata is for the Imperials, and everyone knows it. Children growing up knowing it. Have it pounded into their skulls that the best they can hope for is to serve an Imperial officer. Bloody fools. After everything they've seen us accomplish, they ought to be begging for the fight for the Resistance, not against us. They've been living in the shadow of a castrum their whole lives. A few victories won't change that. You get some who can't wait to spit in a soldier's eye, but they'd get beaten for the trouble, or worse. Even so. And the ones that don't fight back, but refuse to beg, well, they just starve. Be the dog that bites the master's hands and ignore the dog that refuses to his bidding, see? In the end, the ones that learn to abide are the ones that survive. Now, you may say that's all about to change, and I believe you. Many here do. But a young man or woman who grew up only knowing that what he knows has got every reason to doubt. Remember that. Do what you have to, if it comes to it, but remember that. The sooner we liberate Alamigo and bring an end to the occupation, the better. Only then can we show these youths that the things do not have to be this way. Only then will they know what it means to live free. We're going to build a new home for ourselves, together. A better home than they've ever known. I've been thinking, if Alice needs more time to heal, maybe we should move her to Rogger's Reach. She can receive much better care there after all. Our infirmary is probably the best place for her, short of sending her to Gridania. Indeed, and given what Mistress Woad has told us, I would rather she did not remain here. And it's settled. Nago, go and see about getting us a carriage and an escort. Alphanode, you should get your sister ready for the journey. MSQ, would you mind going on ahead and telling Morella that we're on our way? Go in bed waiting for Alice when she arrives. Do you require assistance? Very well. We will make ready to receive the patient at once. Give me a hand, would you? There. All crisp and freshly laundered. We're here. Is everything in order? Right. We're bringing her in. Honestly, Alphanode, you needn't have gone to all this trouble. What can I say? It seemed a good way to discourage for you from limping off to battle when my back was turned. Listen to Morella, please. You need your rest. I know. Any news of Cryle? She'll be cross if you make her wait too long, as will I. Chilling prospect indeed. I'll find her, sister, and I'll fight twice as hard, for both of us. Good together. They're not at each other's throats. Miss that feeling. MSQ, I have a favor to ask. Would you mind waiting outside for me? I won't be a moment. Oh, my face.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, not at all.
Well, what do you think? I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but in a traditional sort of way, Ida wore it whenever she could. Not that I'm pretending to be her or anything. Not again. It's just, if this is the last battle we fight to free Alamigo, then she ought to be a part of it.
It suits you.
It's nice of you to say so. And a bit embarrassing. But mostly nice. Anyway, the real reason I asked you here was to sneak in a warm-up before the final battle. There's this place I know where monks used to spar as part of their training. Care to join me?
Oh, and it's only fitting that I do this as a samurai. If you know, you know. Oh, that's the thumbnail. Oh, I just got goosebumps. Oh, that's a thumbnail. Oh, man. Ooh, maybe we got a little carried away. But you have to admit, that was fun. Thank you, Mask. You're the best kind of friend. The kind that's not afraid to knock some sense into you. Now that Alice settled in, it's time we rejoin the fight. Though actually, maybe you and Alphinaud should go on ahead without me. Need to talk strategy with the officers, and that may take a while. Oh, there you are. What was it that Lise wanted of you? A sparring match on the Destroyer's very palm. I would have liked to have seen that, but she is right. We have lingered here long enough. I am ready to depart when you are. Take care, you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't. And you had better not rise from that bed until you are given express permission to do so. Mariange will be paying you a visit soon, and he is already worried enough as it is. We have a long road ahead of us. Lead the way, Mask. Pippin's here. You have returned. How fares your sister, Alphinaud? Her rapier will remain undulled. For better or for worse, have there been any developments in our absence? I'm proud to say that Castrum Urbania is now wholly under our control. At present, we are taking stock of the enemy's supplies and redistributing them amongst our men. Also, while sifting through the office documents, we learned that a unit of skulls under Fordola's command passed through the castrum en route to the capital, with a single prisoner in their custody. Trial, it has to be her. In all likelihood, yes. You would be glad to hear that the tunnel leading to the locks has been secured by our soldiers and is now safe for travel. And one final piece of good news. Reinforcements from all 4 Alliance nations have arrived and joined the main host, which has established a new base of operations within the locks. Commander Hex should be arriving soon, yes? When she does, we will call a meeting to discuss the final stage for Augur's Beacon. Sorry for keeping you all waiting. An Alamegan folk dress. How very fitting. And well-fitting, I might... Alpha, hey, calm down, hey! Slow your roll, boy. Wanted to do something for Ida, for myself. This is it. The last push. We're coming, Cryo. Meanwhile...
I remember my father's words. How they rang in my ears as we left Castrum Urbania behind and looked out over the locks before us. Comrades brave and true, They had come from all across Eorzea to stand with us. To stand against oppression and tyranny. 20 years the Empire had ruled us, but no longer. Liberty or death. Liberty or death.
Ere we begin, I would say to you as a proud son of Alamigo that I am grateful to each and every one of you for your part in this endeavor.
Oh, all the heads are here.
Now, to the heart of the matter. The enemy appears content to remain within the city walls and await the inevitable siege. Open conflict has been sporadic thus far. Whether Xenos is biding his time until reinforcements arrive, or attempting to bait us into a trap, none can say. We know better than to trust his word.
Regardless, we can ill afford to present Garlemald with a chance to ready her legions. It would be in our best interest to press for a swift resolution.
A long siege wouldn't be good for the people in the city either. If food becomes scarce, we know who'll starve first.
Just so. Therefore, I propose we commit our forces to an all-out assault. What say you? Twould seem we are of one mind. Then let us proceed to the how of it. The immortal flames will form the vanguard, supported by the archers and the conjurers of the Order of the Twin Adder, under the Elder Seedseer's command. Once the main host has cleared a path to the walls, we will bring forward the artillery of the Maelstrom and the Temple Knights. I would have your cannons pound the gates and punch a hole right through the middle of their defenses.
What about the resistance?
Our part will be to occupy the residential district and keep civilians out of harm's way. The people are more like to trust their own.
Of course. You can count on us.
Remember that there is a second entrance to the city proper there. If all goes to plan, we will have secured 2 points of entry. Once both objectives are complete, we press on into the city, surround the palace, and hunt down Xenos. As for the Scions, you will be held in reserve as an irregular unit until we have more intelligence on your captured comrade. Kryle's rescue will be your primary concern, but I dare say we'll find a use for you once her freedom has been secured.
Thank you, General. I pray we find her quickly.
Rhalga's beacon nears its end. Soon, my friends, Alamico will be ours once more.
Tune. Stage is set, and the players are assembled. Eorzea has come at last to drive the invaders from her lands. What would Grandfather say if he were here with us today? For all other accomplishments, Krau remains in the hands of our enemy. I find myself wondering if I could have done more. But we know what she has been taken to the city. We have found nothing which might tell us where she's being held. You know, you could just ask me. Ancred, what have you learned? I shall spare you the particulars of my infiltration and simply state that I have seen her with my own eyes. She is being held within the residential district south of the city proper. I tracked her to the ruins of an old temple of the Fist of Rhalga. With planet in which the Imperials have constructed a research facility. Research facility? What manner of research? Why, methods to imbue Garleans with the power to manipulate Aether, in pursuit of which goal their scientists have, I am sorry to report, performed many questionable experiments on living subjects. What? Calm down, Alphinaud. We've already been tasked with securing the Alamegan Corridor. This just gives us a reason to do it faster. I entered and exited the facility by stowing aboard Imperial transports, but that method is not suitable for a larger force, and it goes without saying that a direct assault on the rather substantial main gate would be ill-advised. I think I might know someone who can help. One of my men. He had an idea about how to get into the city, actually. It might be best if I let him explain it himself. It's been a while. I'll not take offense if you don't remember. Might even be glad of it. Alagana, am I right? Aye. Whisker's the name. I was raised in the peaks, but my mom grew up in the city. Any road. I reckon we can get inside the Alamegan Corridor by way of Lochseld. What? How? It was a story my mom told us when which made me think of it. She was always going on about what life was like when she was a girl, see? How they used to have to boil the water from the well before they could drink it, since it was full of salt. We're drawing salt water from the locks, which means that there must be an underwater tunnel or something. That's it. But it won't be as simple as going for a swim. The well was closed, see? Apparently Theodoric decided one day he wanted to control the water supply and forbade water trading. So even if you come through it, you'll find yourself on the wrong side of a locked gate. At the time, my grandfather, being an enterprising sort, befriended a guard and lifted the key from his belt. He made a copy and carried on selling water until the Imperials invaded. And he ended up working at the saltery. In short, we need your grandfather's key, assuming he still has it. I'm certain he does. I could take you to him, but it'd be dangerous. Don't you worry about that. We're used to dangerous. Nago and Aronvald will assemble a squadron whilst the rest of us go and get that key. My mom said Granddad kept the key with him at all times as a lucky charm. If he hasn't got it, then, well... We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Ready, MSQ? We may have to deal with a few Imperial patrols, or worse. Saltery's not far. Follow me. Oh, we're getting everybody. We should have just gotten that one right now. Ah, you bots. We're here, but this isn't right. Where is everyone? Word of the Alliance's advance has surely reached their ears. Mayhap they sought refuge elsewhere. We should search the buildings for clues. Well, shit. Fuck. Not gonna lie, that scared the absolute fuck out of me. Alright, which one of you did trigger an obvious trap? On your guard. Magitech drones approaching. May have half a dozen? MSQ, keep Whisker alive. Where is he? Now then, where are we? Ah yes, looking for clues as to the whereabouts of our erstwhile water merchant and his key. In the wake of the ambush, you find a diary belonging to a laborer. The last entry makes mention of a plan to make shelter in the Sali Monastery. The Sali Monastery? That's to the south. I'll lead the way. Not after that ambush, you won't. It's too dangerous. MSQ will follow you. Keep your eyes peeled for more Magitech. To the south, then. Such a wide open area. It's like, I was gonna say, how do you know where to go? But I guess follow the Magitech. The monastery is just past that gate. Keep going. Something being restrained up there on the hill. Something tall, dark, and imperial appears to be blocking the entrance. Oh, damn it. I don't think there's a way around it. We'll just have to go through him. Look, I think those two devices are shield generators. I will keep the machine occupied. MSQ could be a good chap and destroy those generators before it rips my head off. You won't be getting up after that. Now let's find our man. This is it. This is the monastery. To be around here somewhere. What? What? It's me, Whisker, your grandson. Whisker? By Ralga, is that really you? Oh, it's good to see you alive and well, lad. But who are these other ones? The Resistance, Grandad. My, comrades-in-arms. She told you all about me thumbing my nose at the Mad King, did she? Daft swords never caught me neither. It wasn't much, but it was the way of rebelling against his rule. Glad to see you've got higher aspirations. Here, make our family proud. I will, I swear. Ralga is my witness. I was worried when he wasn't at the Saltery, but we found him in the end. Now that we've got the key, it's time to find that underwater tunnel. We'll need to dive into the locks and look for a tunnel leading beneath the residential district. That should be no problem for MSQ me, thanks to the Kojin's blessing, but for the rest of you, I will have you know that I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. I think it's best that I support Nago and Arondo's unit. Oh right, you can't swim. I am aware of that, thank you. But it is neither here nor there, given that I lack both the Kojin's blessing and Thancred's preternatural lung capacity. Right, of course, I didn't mean anything by it, nothing at all. So, MSQ, Thancred, and me, let's head to the water's edge. Half-Node and Whisker can rejoin the others and wait outside the gates for us to let them in. This looks like a good as place as any. Ere you dive into the briny deep. Ryanje, what are you doing here? Master Alphonod informed me of your plan, and thus did I hasten to your side. When Mistress Alice unfolded to me the tale of her defeat, I was much intrigued by the apparent ease with which Fordola, theretofore unexceptional warrior, defied my lady's every attempt to do her harm. After some few days of deliberation, I subsequently contrived what I believe to be a solution to the problem of her preternatural prescience. Oh, I don't miss you at all, Ryanje. It was in hopes of furnishing you with the fruits of my labors that I came. Wait, isn't that Moonbritta's? Her etheric siphon formed the basis for my design. Should my hypothesis prove correct, you need that but activate it in her presence. To say more would endanger the plan, for ignorance is your shield. It was Moonbritta's time. It is not yours, my friends. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, and return. We will, for you and for her. Right, I'm going in. Follow me. Alright, piss off, Ryanje. Oh, it's under. We gotta go under. Duh. Ooh, I don't like that one bit. I actually really hate that. The tunnel leads east. Tancred's already gone ahead. Let's not keep him waiting. Phew, that was fun. Yes, tremendous fun. Who needs a beastman's blessing anyway? I still can't believe you managed to hold your breath the entire time. Felt like we were down there for hours. Anyway, it's time we let our friends in. Once we head up the stairs, we'll need to make our way to the main gates, which are somewhere to the west of here. Forgive me for stating the obvious, but it bears repeating that until we open the gates, we three are on our own. It would be in our best interest to avoid guards and easily startled small folk. Obviously, but once our guests have arrived, we'll be free to head towards the research facility where trials being held as loudly as we like. Since you've been here before, will you lead the way? Of course, but I will move quickly see that you do not fall behind. Nothing left to say then, let's get to it. All set? And actually, no. That'll be for the next block. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. It's getting exciting. It's definitely building up. We've got the music blaring. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying what you're watching, and we'll see you in the next one.